Let's talk about some of the biggest developments of the weekend. There was big games, meaning there was big visits happening, and we'll start with priority Michigan target. Linebacker Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng from IMG Academy. He visited Michigan over the weekend, and boy, did he see a thriller. Remember, Michigan scored a touchdown, 37 seconds to go to take the lead over USC, and they win 27-24. Boateng said it was an electric atmosphere. He said it was a battle-tested win, and the teams never folded when they were down. It was his first game at Michigan, and boy, did it sound like they made a big impression. Now, he's one of a few top 100 prospects that are uncommitted. Most of them are committed to a program. Michigan, you got to feel good about where they stand, but they got competition. Notre Dame, UF, Ohio State, Texas, and USC, those are some of the major contenders, but Michigan has to feel good about getting them to campus and the way the team performed on the big stage. All right, the next development I want to talk about was number 1 2026 defensive lineman Jakeem Stewart visiting LSU, 6'5", 270, the number 1 defensive lineman in the 2026 class, but there's rumors that he's going to reclassify, and he's going to reclassify to 2025, meaning his recruitment's going to come to an end in December. So whenever he decides to reclassify, it's going to be a very sped up recruitment. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to have Shea Dixon on, go find that video. But for LSU, I mean, they already got the number 1 QB in the 2025 class. That's Bryce Underwood. They already got the number 1 running back in the 2025 class. That's Harlem Berry. Imagine if Jakeem Stewart were to reclassify. Now, I don't know if he'll be the number 1 defensive lineman in the class, but he will be a highly ranked 5-star in a major position of need for LSU in the 2025 cycle. So you got to love where LSU stands for the current number 1 player in the 2026 class. All right, next development. FSU lands a commitment and they get their first win. Wow, things are changing quickly in Tallahassee. No, I don't know. Maybe they're not. But they did get a win, and they did land a commitment from running back Byron Lewis of a 4-star prospect from American Heritage down in South Florida. Now, Florida State is looking for 2 backs in this class. They've landed their first, and their second that they would like to sign, Usmain Chroma, was on campus for that game against Cal. So we'll see what Florida State can do here. They got their first win of the season. They get their first commitment of the fall. It's a big one. Byron Lewis, running back from American Heritage High School. Now, we'll see what happens down the stretch, but FSU, they need to get back to their winning ways if they want to start landing some top recruits. All right, the next development was another big one. Top 50 edge prospect decommits from Clemson. Now, this one goes way back. Isaiah Campbell, he committed to Clemson back in January. He felt good about his decision, but the question is, was he ever all in? You know Dabo Swinney's rule. Once you commit, you cannot take visits to other schools officially or unofficially. And Campbell didn't do that, but he has kept communication with numerous schools, and one of them was Tennessee. I think the 2 teams to watch coming out of this decommit right off the bat is Tennessee and UNC. We'll see if there's any others that get into the mix, but right now, visit to Tennessee is set for their game against Alabama on October 18th. I think that's significant. Like I said, we'll see if any other programs can get their foot in the door here with Campbell. All right, quarterback Deuce Knight back at Auburn. What a development. Now, he's been to the Plains 3 times this season. He's seen Auburn lose twice. You got to wonder, are these 4 INT performances a good thing? If you're Deuce Knight and you're standing on the sideline, and one of the biggest factors in your recruitment is, can I play early? I mean, you might look at what's happening at Auburn a lot differently than the fans on the message boards are looking at what's happening at Auburn. But on the flip side, I also got to ask myself, if Auburn won some of these games that Deuce Knight was at, would he have already flipped his commitment from Notre Dame to Auburn? I mean, what's he waiting to see? He's been on campus a number of times. Heck, he's expected back next weekend for an official visit. So the commitment hasn't happened. At least it hasn't as of Sunday midday as we tape this. But Deuce Knight is expected back on the Plains. Now, is he going back and forth with Notre Dame, or is this all just on his own timeline? We don't know. But these were some of the major developments of the weekend. Heck, there were so many developments on the recruiting trail that I don't know if I hit them all. You guys let me know, comment section below. What do you think were the biggest developments of the weekend? And how do you think some of the recruitments I just mentioned are going to shake out? Let me know in the comment section below.